act bossy. And you've ingrained that story in your brain so much so that you have never allowed yourself to really be in charge of anything, even your own life. So that is, that can be a really revealing exercise. You can bring up these stories, and then once you know the stories, find out if they're true. If they're no longer true for you, then you can tell yourself, oh, that story is no longer true. Let's write a new story. Or you can tell yourself, that might feel true, but let's see. Can I come up with any other example in the world where that's not true? And then you can write a new story. If you can come up with counter examples to suggest that that story that you've been carrying around is not really true in the world anymore, then you can write a new story. That's where you just say, you know what? Actually, really successful girls are bossy because they know what they want, and they're so great at articulating what they want, and they can articulate what they want with love and compassion. They can articulate what they want respectfully. When you teach yourself that you don't have to, blow your top to express your needs and desires, but you can express with love, compassion, and respect, you have just written yourself a whole new story. I had this experience recently where I had to have a really difficult conversation with somebody, and I realized that's not something I've really ever taught myself to do, because I taught myself always to keep my stories down, keep quiet about my real needs and desires, because good girls don't make waves. I trained myself somewhere early on in life. I trained myself to be quiet and don't make waves. Well, I can tell you, I almost drowned in those still waters. It wasn't until I learned that I have to make waves in order to survive. I have to swim. But after making waves, I learned that I actually can swim without making a tsunami. I don't have to be destructive in order to stay alive and stay afloat. I can learn how to express my needs and articulate them with love, compassion, and respect. Nobody has to rage in their waters to get their needs met, but if you have been the type of person who has not learned, who learned to not make waves and to always be quiet, then you might have a hard time expressing your truth, right? It may be very difficult until you have shoved your feelings down so much that you erupt like a volcano. That used to be the way I did things, and it didn't really serve me or anybody else. But I thought I was being a nice girl. And that was my old script. That was my old identity. I had to tell that girl, you know what? You need to become a new person. You need to actually become a woman who can articulate her needs and desires respectfully. So when we are up-leveling and becoming new, more improved or higher versions of ourselves, that's when we will go through some discomfort. When we're going through this discomfort, we've got to be our own support system, and we've got to recognize when the close people around us are providing more resistance for us, and recognize what's going on and give them voice to their resistant feelings. And if they're little kids, they may have a hard time even knowing what's going on, because a lot of these things happen at on a subtle energetic level where they may not even really know something's going on. I know when I started my yoga teacher training, my older son acted up a lot more. And then when I I got a different job, there was a little more, change going on. Just because, even though it may be a positive change that you're all experiencing, change represents a fearful situation for a lot of people. So recognize the resistance that may be around you. And then Also recognize that it's totally normal when the resistance comes from inside, even though this up level or the change that you're going through is something you're asking for and wanting. It's still a challenge. You're still going to like be going through that really narrow birth canal, for lack of a better analogy. So coach yourself through that. Get a support system who can help you. A support system in the form of somebody who's been there. If you have a friend who is in that new level of whatever, who's reached that new level, talk to them about what it was like when they went through getting there. Find a coach. Find a group, a support system in a group support. Maybe there's like a Facebook group of people who have gone through that process, and connect with people that way. But it's really important to recognize what resistance looks like and feels like, and how you can manage it, and what you can do on your own, how you can recognize it in your family, and how you can get help. Having help is really going to be the key to you navigating the scary territory, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Resistance can be up-leveling and expansion can be very, very uncomfortable. I work with people who are going through expansion all the time. I'm going through expansion all the time, and my up levels get really uncomfortable sometimes. And in fact, I had to have a very tearful conversation with my coach today, because I was like, fuck, all these fears came up and the record was stuck. And I'm like, no, this isn't me anymore, but why is this coming up? And it was so helpful to know, to talk to somebody who's been exactly where I was. It was so comforting to know what I'm going through is totally normal, and here are some things I can do to navigate through this up level and expansion. And I am happy to help you. I have a coaching group that is starting next Wednesday for people who are going through transition and looking to step out of their comfort zone and build something new in their lives and become a new version of themselves, to create a new identity for themselves. And people who, if you have a big giant dream that's outside of your comfort zone, but something you're really desiring to bring into your life, this group is perfect for you, because what we offer, it's an intimate group, and I will be offering coaching throughout the process, and it's for 90 days. Not only 90 days, but it's twice a week, 90 days. You will have a coaching call every week and then an accountability call. So you get coaching, you get support of a group, and you get accountability. So we'll be meeting once a week, and then we'll be having accountability calls on the weekends. So we will be in your face and in your back pocket and in your fan cheerleading section. This is a really great value. And if you sign up before tomorrow night, that is Wednesday before midnight, you will get $333 off the price of $14.44. So for $11.11, handy that, for $11.11 you will have spiritual and practical coaching to get you on your way to this dream. You will have the accountability, because as I talked about in the beginning, we're all, setting new goals for ourselves and trying to do, set intentions for this year. But what happens right around January 15th? It's January 15th is the cutoff date for when most people statistically stop following their New Year's resolutions and they fall off the wagon. You don't want that to be you. You want to be the person who says, I started out strong and I'm still going strong because I have a strong support system. I have people who believe in me, people who are holding the vision of my success alongside of me, holding me accountable, coaching me throughout the way, and supporting me. So this is an intimate group. We will get to know each other over the next 90 days, and we will support each other's dreams as we go throughout the process. Because I guarantee you, this isn't for some people, this is for everybody who is going to the next level. Your fears will come up, and they will be really loud. The closer you get to getting to that next level, the louder your fears are calling and screaming at you. No, come back, stay safe. That's what they'll be telling you. And if you don't have that support system in place, that's what you'll do. You'll stay safe, and you'll start eating sugar again, or smoking again, or you'll stop exercising, or you stop writing your book. And that's not what you want this time. You want this year to be the year that you get the prize, that you change your life for the better. So you need this group. You really need this group if you want to change your life, if you want to make lasting change. Do it with support. And if we're together for 90 days, twice a week, you are going to change your life. I guarantee it. There's no way your life is not going to change for the better. Hi, Ashley. How are you? I love your family. You're all so dang adorable. Your kids are so cute. But I know why, because you and Dean are the bomb. Anyway, I'm talking about the resistance we all experience when we're trying to get our lives to the next level, or we're trying to stick to, we set a New Year's resolution, we set really good intentions for ourselves, and we got these great goals, and we're getting there and doing the right things and making the changes, but then fears come up, old habits come up, and we stay in our comfort zone. And I'm building a coaching group that starts next Wednesday, January 11th, right before that statistically crucial date of the 15th, when people want to quit, to support you. We will support everybody. Everybody in the group supports each other. We get together twice a week online. We hold each other accountable, and we provide support. I provide coaching, and we have that community. We all need a sense of community when we're doing something new. Even if we have a strong family support system, or we have a strong support system with our friends, when we're taking our lives to the next level, our family may not really be as excited as we are to go there. Because that means one of two things for them, at least in their fearful minds. It means potential abandonment, or damn, if she's going to do it, that means I have to do it. And some people aren't ready. But if you're ready to make lasting change, this group is for you. The timing couldn't be better. And the early bird pricing ends tomorrow night at midnight. So get in it now. I'm going to put the link below and read about it. Set up a call with me if you're kind of interested, but you're not quite sure and you want to know more. Let's talk on the phone, because I can tell you, if you are part of this group, your life will change for the better. I guarantee it. Anyway, that's my talk about resistance. I can go on and on and on about it, so if anybody has any questions, bring them at me. How can I help you? Who's on here now? Anybody who wants to talk about why, when they start to make significant positive changes in their lives, that after a couple of weeks or even a couple of days, that resistance holds us back and keeps us in our comfort zone? I want to talk to you. So ask me questions. Send me a PM, a private message, personal message, or a direct message, whatever you want to call those messages. Or follow the link that I'm going to put in the comments to my website and schedule a phone call with me, and let's talk about if this group is good for you. My sense is, if you want to make lasting change in your life and you've had a hard time doing it, this group will help you. We will provide support, coaching, and accountability. We will be together twice a week. This is a really crazy, crazy good deal. So let me know what your thoughts are, and I will talk to you later. As always, bye. Have a good night.